Every Capital One Venture X card guarantees at least a $10,000 starting limit because it's part of the Visa Infinite program, which is Visa's highest level of cards. I've had the Venture X card for a while now, and in this video, I'll show you why it's quickly become my go-to travel card. I'll provide my unbiased review to help you decide if it's the right choice for you. I'll cover everything from the huge sign-up bonus and the earnings to the benefits, annual fees, and more. You'll be able to tell just how good these features are because I'll assign them a score on a 5-point scale. And later on, I'll even share with you what conditions you need to meet to qualify for your very own Venture X card. Before we go on, I must mention that Capital One does not often make the conversation when it comes to credit cards as much as Chase, American Express, and even Citi, but it really made a statement with the 2021 introduction of the Venture X card. Specifically, Capital One's Venture X competes directly with the Chase Sapphire Reserve and American Express Platinum credit cards. But I can say without any question that Capital One Venture X is really giving these two a literal run for their money. So the first thing you'll notice about the Capital One Venture X credit card is that it's metal with a slightly textured face and a super rigid build. And while it falls under travel cards, I can tell you for a fact that it's more than that for one simple reason. You don't have to be out and about as much to enjoy all the benefits and features. Speaking of features, we'll start with the sign-up bonus. So the Capital One Venture X credit card allows you to earn 75,000 bonus miles when you spend $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months of account opening, and that's equal to $750 in travel. I know $750 in travel might not be a good enough reason to get the card, so you might want to hear about maximizing your Venture X sign-up bonus by transferring to a travel partner. And just to mention, Capital One has tons of flight partners, so choosing one really shouldn't be a head scratcher. They have 15 travel partners that have a 1-to-1 transfer ratio and 2 other partners that offer a 2-to-1 and 2-to-1.5 transfer ratio. So here's the thing, suppose you want to travel from the US to Europe and the business class ticket costs $3,500 on Swiss Air. In this case, you can transfer your Capital One miles to Avianca and then book your flight. Let me tell you more. As we speak, a business class ticket to Europe would only cost you around 63,000 miles. The Avianca Life Miles chart shows the frequent flyer program for Avianca. So instead of taking your 75,000 mile sign-up bonus and getting about $750 of value, you are taking your entire 75,000 miles and transferring 63,000 miles to a partner and earning over $3,000 worth of value. But all said, what's my score on the sign-up bonus? Well, I consider 2 things here. First, the fact that the Venture X provided 100,000 miles upon sign-up, but now it's down to 75,000 miles. Second, the fact that you'll have to put a lot of spend on the card first to get these 75,000 miles. I mean, spending $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months is an average of $1,300 monthly, which is pretty high. So considering these 2 factors, I score Venture X at a 4 out of 5 on the sign-up bonus. So the Capital One Venture X credit card allows you to earn unlimited 10x miles on rental cars and hotels booked through Capital One Travel, which is the company's online travel portal. And for a limited time, rental car purchases with Turo, the car sharing marketplace, will give you 10x miles as well. For flights booked through Capital One Travel, you'll earn 5x miles, and for all other purchases, you'll earn 2x miles. Now I feel the card would be better if it allowed users to just use the card for your personal travel purchases instead of going through the portal. But with that in mind, I give the Venture X card a 4.5 out of 5 on earnings. Up next, let's talk about the travel perks. Okay, so one thing I love about the Venture X credit card in regard to travel benefits is it gives you and 2 guests unlimited complimentary access to over 1,400 lounges via their Priority Pass membership, including Capital One lounges. Even so, I must mention that there is only one lounge as we speak of, and that's in Dallas. The good thing is that the company is planning to open other lounges in Washington, D.C., Denver, and even Las Vegas. You definitely want to keep an eye out for these because I find Capital One lounges to be even more premium. And while we're on the subject, let's address a question that might be on your mind. What's the value of the Capital One lounge? Well, the lounge is available to the general public for $65 per visit. And just hear this out. Capital One Venture Rewards and Capital One Spark Miles for business cardholders get only 2 complimentary visits yearly. After that, they can enter at a discounted $45 per visit. So as you can see, that really doesn't measure up to the unlimited complimentary access you get with the Venture X. Now, besides access to lounges, the Capital One Venture X credit card grants you access to a Priority Pass membership, allowing you to get into tons of lounges countrywide and worldwide. Another benefit of the Capital One Venture X is that you receive a statement credit of up to $100 for the application fee for global entry or TSA PreCheck. I always tell everyone to go for global entry because it includes PreCheck for virtually the same price. And just so you know, the credit is available once every 4 years. So moving ahead, Capital One recently added a new benefit to its premium cards, and it's a prior membership. It gives you access to very detailed world travel guides in some really interesting cities. You also get a 6-month complimentary membership to the Cultivist, which gives you access to over 100 museums around the world, and you get $300 towards an annual membership at Gravity Haus, a social club that gives you access and discounts to premium outdoor focused travel. This card also gives you Hertz Presidential Circle status, the top status tier at Hertz. You can even access 1 car class upgrade, expedited pickup and e-return, a 50% bonus on Gold Plus rewards points on qualified rentals, 3 additional drivers, and even more than that. This status is typically reserved for customers with 20 or more rentals in a year or who spend over $4,000. This status level is good through 2024 as well. The VentureX credit card also provides trip protection, including primary rental car coverage, travel accident insurance, and 24/7 travel assistance services if your card is lost or stolen. You are also exempt from foreign transaction fees, which helps you avoid the 3% fee typically associated with overseas purchases. But wait, there's more. Another benefit of this card that I really want to tell you about is the credit. So in the first year, you will get $300 back as a statement credit for bookings via Capital One Travel. Moreover, you will get a 10,000 mile travel credit equal to $100 yearly starting on your first anniversary. Putting 2 and 2 together, this means you get a total of $400 in travel credits just for having the VentureX card. And now let's talk about my score. So all benefits considered, which I must say are incredible, I give the VentureX credit card a perfect 5 out of 5. Moving ahead, now we'll talk about the annual fees. So the Capital One VentureX credit card costs $395 annually, which I know is a lot, but hey, just hear me out. As I've already mentioned, this card comes with $400 of credits, meaning you are actually being paid $5 just for having the card. But perhaps the best thing about this is that for only $395, you get a card that directly competes with the $695 American Express Platinum card and the $550 Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Granted, these 2 cards come with credits too, but the catch is that they don't offer credits that you can easily take advantage of. Essentially, having the VentureX is like getting paid to have a premium travel card, which I must say is something these other companies just can't beat at the moment. Just think, you get the airport lounge access, global entry or TSA PreCheck, and Capital One lounges, and better yet, you even get paid for it. Talk about getting value for your money. So with all that being said, I have to give the VentureX credit card a 4.5 out of 5 on annual fees. And if you're getting value, please hit the like button, and to learn more about the VentureX credit card, hit the link below. Let's now answer an important question. Is the VentureX credit card easy to use? Right off the bat, I'll tell you that simplicity and premium travel cards are concepts that don't typically appear side by side, seeing as the regular card in that category is often very complicated. However, from a general standpoint, the VentureX credit card is easier to understand, more so compared to its direct competition like the Amex Platinum, and this is largely because the VentureX card offers a flat 2 miles per dollar on all spending, and it lets you use rewards to pay for travel. Now let me quickly run through a few things that you really need to know. First of all, you can't have 2 Capital One credit cards at the same time. For this reason, if you have a Capital One Quicksilver or a Saver card, you won't be approved for a 3rd Capital One card. Moreover, you'll automatically be denied if you were approved for a Capital One credit card in the last 6 months. Also, Capital One places a heavy weight on inquiries, so if you have been applying for tons of cards recently, you might not be approved for the VentureX card. As for credit score, Capital One requires that you have an excellent score, ideally over a 720 score to apply. Even so, you might still be approved with a credit score of 700, but it becomes tough to get your hands on the card when you're below that. It really depends on the entire makeup of your credit profile. If you thought about calling the reconsideration line, it's probably a waste of time because from most accounts, Capital One strictly adheres to their computer algorithm when determining credit worthiness. I would advise you to wait 3 to 6 months before you apply again. So is this card really a good fit for you? Well, my experience has taught me that the VentureX is ideal for you if you travel often. I'm talking once a month or more. If you're travel curious, in other words, you're not sure if you want to travel, but you just might take a trip this year. If you're looking for an everyday general spend card because it always earns you 2x miles on every purchase, and it's also great for you if you already have a 2-card setup and you want to add a third, more focused card that specializes in travel, rewards, and benefits. If you've already applied for the Ventrex card and you're still having trouble getting approved, then you need to take a look at this video where I deep dive into the best strategies for getting your hands on this card. Thank you for watching, and you have a good one.